The Facebook Pixel is a piece of code that you place on your website. It helps you track conversions from Facebook ads, optimize your ads based on collected data, build targeted audiences for future advertisements, and remarket to qualified leads. These are people that have taken some kind of action on your website. The Facebook Pixel works by placing a small piece of code on your website, and then you set up a conversion for it to track. This could be an event or action like adding an item to a shopping cart. Simply speaking, when this web page loads, it'll fire the pixel, letting Facebook know that a conversion has taken place. Facebook then matches that conversion event against the people who saw it or clicked on your advertisement. This way, you're able to track the return on investment specific to your Facebook advertising. As Facebook collects more and more data, it'll continue to automatically refire your targeting to maximize profits. Let's take a look at how to find, set up, and install your Facebook Pixel. The first step will be creating the pixel itself. You'll head to your Ads Manager, and from that menu, you can select Pixels. You might need to select All Tools, and you'll find it right under the Measure and Report column. From there, you'll land on a dashboard similar to the one you see here. You'll notice that we have already set up our pixel, and that's called Henry Twill's Pixel. That's the name that we created for it. If you have not yet done so, Facebook will quickly walk you through those steps, and it'll be different steps like entering a name and ensuring you've checked the box of terms and conditions. What's great is you only need to create one Facebook pixel per account, and once it's set up, it's ready to go. Let's take a look at the different ways that we can add the code. I'm going to head over to the Setup option. It's here that we can select a setup method for the pixel. The top option is to add code using a partner integration. So if your website is on Squarespace, Shopify, or even WordPress, you're able to add the code using what's called a partner integration. So the best way to do that is to head over to your website provider like Squarespace, log in, and find where you're going to set up the Facebook pixel. If you choose this option, it's going to walk you through that. So your next step of action will be to head over to Squarespace or your website provider and find that integration where you'll add that Facebook pixel. The second option is to manually add the pixel code to your website. This is great if you have a web designer or a techie friend that knows how to do this for you. Lastly, and probably the most easiest way, is to email instructions to your website developer or /techie friend. And then when you select it, what it's going to do is it is actually going to pop all the information that that person needs into one easy email. You'll also notice that you'll have a Facebook Pixel ID. Often this is all you'll need for the specific integration if you're using Shopify or Squarespace. So you'll notice this Pixel ID as well. If I scroll down, this is where we can find the base code as well as the event code. We're going to go over the conversions and what that looks like. If this is totally overwhelming, make sure that you get that techie friend to install it for you. Now back on the dashboard is where we can see all our various data sources. So it's here that we can see all of our pixels and what's going on with them. We'll notice that the last firing we received was 34 days ago, so that might be something that if you see something similar, you'll want to take a look at. Below that is custom conversions. This is where you are going to tell your Facebook pixel what you want to specifically be tracking, and you're going to set up what are called custom conversions. Here we have a custom conversion set up for a thank you page, and basically we're saying we want to know every time someone has reached our thank you page. Below that are our partner integrations. So this is where, and is another space where you can find your specific partner or website or tool that you're using and go through the steps of actually integrating the pixel into that specific tool. If you haven't already done so, get your Facebook pixel set up and add it into your website. Then you can begin to create some custom conversions that help you take your advertising efforts to the next level, or at least track the success of your ads. The Facebook pixel is one of the most important tools in Facebook advertising, so let's put it to work. We're going to go over how you can optimize it to increase conversions on your website. I'm in the Ads Manager dashboard and have selected pixels from the menu up top. It's here that I can see all things pixels. Most everything that you'll need to know, manage, edit, and create about a Facebook pixel is on this page. We'll be creating an advertisement with the website conversions objective, and we'll be selecting the custom conversion that we have set up. If I select custom conversions, it's here that we can see the one that has been created, and that's called the thank you page. This is a conversion we're going to be creating an objective around. I'm going to select into this conversion so you can get a more granular view. It's here that you have an option to set up a conversion value. So you can assign a monetary value to a specific custom conversion. Below, the category is Initiate Checkout, so I can tell that this custom conversion is built around an Initiate Checkout action. Below that is if any activity has been around or occurred for this custom conversion, that's where it's going to show up. And then the rules, here is where we can see the criteria that is set up for it. So the rule is to include all URL traffic where the URL contains /thankyou.php. So here we're saying that we only want to track any conversions that have landed on this page. Now that we have a brief overview of that custom conversion, we're going to go ahead and create an ad. We're now in the Ads Manager ad creation dashboard. It's here that we're going to start with our marketing objective. And because we're dealing with conversions, I'm going to go ahead and select conversion. That means we're able to track the custom conversion that we just created. I'm going to keep the campaign name as conversions, and I'm going to select continue. We're going to keep it pretty simple. I've already created the conversion and set it up. So this is my opportunity now to find that custom conversion, which is a thank you page, and to select it. Facebook makes it really easy for you to set up a custom conversion and add it into your advertisement. If you haven't already done that, you can simply select the blue button, Set Up Conversions, and start that process. Notice with the red circle, Facebook is letting me know that this pixel associated with the custom conversion is not active or firing. This is because it is just an example, so that does make sense. But if you're seeing this and have already created a pixel, definitely make sure that everything is a go. Without this information, your conversions are simply not going to work, so you want to ensure that everything is firing properly. I'm going to scroll down and we're going to take a look at the budget and schedule section. It's here we want to take a look at the optimization for ad delivery. You'll notice that it is already set up for conversions, so that's great. We can check that off our list. The second option is cost control, and it is optional. So if you do have a specific cost goal, you can set one here. Facebook will then work to rearrange the entire budget to get the most out of initiated checkouts. Because remember, our custom conversion is that thank you page. That means that that person has taken that action to get to the shopping cart. Below that, we have the budget and the schedule. So it's here we can set up a daily budget or lifetime budget. Really depends on your goals and your comfort with your budget. I'm going to select Show More Options. And below that, we have a conversion window. So our conversion window allows us to select the amount of time that we think takes someone to complete a valuable action. People aren't always going to click right away. Sometimes they leave, they come back. So we want to have this window where we can track and measure whether they left on a Tuesday and then came back on a Thursday. And so we can set a conversion window to help us tell a story with that data. Below that, we can see when we get charged, and that's per impression. Then we have ad scheduling, so we're going to run those ads all the time. And then the delivery type is standard. Sometimes you have an ability, depending on the type of objective you set up, to change these, but because we're in conversions, they're already locked in for us. So if you've set up your tracking pixel and are ready to optimize your conversions, go ahead and create an ad similar to this. Make sure you've targeted your custom conversion, that you've tweaked your ad delivery optimization and budget, and then start testing your results. Are the people seeing your ads taking the actions that you're looking for them to take? Pay close attention to that and how much you're spending, and you can iterate on that process and create a really powerful advertising campaign. Tracking the success of your Facebook pixel is going to be key in the campaigns that you create and the audiences that you target. Here we are in the Facebook pixel dashboard, and you can find that by specifically going to your menu up top and choosing pixels under the measure and report column. It's here that we get an overview of the performance of the Facebook pixel that has been set up. At the top, we can see that the status is active, and it's here that we can then create an audience and a custom conversion. But what we're really looking for is some data or some analytics. So we do get a screenshot or an overview of what's going on with the pixel here. But in order to dive in a little bit deeper, we're going to choose View Analytics. This dashboard is specifically created for the pixel activity. This is where you're going to track all the activity going on in your website so that you can craft useful marketing campaigns. And here we can see a high-level overview of what is happening. We're currently in the last 28 days, and we can create segments to further drill down the content. It's here that I can choose some specific date presets if I want to drill down into more specific date ranges. To the right of that, it's here I can filter the people that I am viewing, or I can set up a custom audience. And to the right is where I can create a new filter in order to filter down the view of what's going on in this dashboard. Currently, we have our highlights at the top, so we can see that we've acquired 121 new users. We have 171 unique users, so there are some repeats there. And then to the right, we can see our retention as well as a median session length. That means how long people are on the website itself. Below that are our growth metrics, so we can see any active users within the last 24 hours, as well as any user activity to the right. Remember, this is a snapshot, so we can always click View Full Report to dive deeper into this analytic data. Heading further down, we can see our top landing pages as well as the traffic sources, so where the traffic is coming from. And then below that are engagement metrics. So we can see our active users by the hour, which is really, really interesting. Further down, we have a bounce rate. So that's how many people are landing on the first page and then leaving and not continuing into the website. And then we can see what those top exit pages are. Below that, we have our people metrics. So we can see the gender and the age. Right now, we don't have enough data, but that could be really interesting for you and really help your advertising efforts. And finally, we have the location. So we can see the top 5 countries of all our visitors. Now, if this dashboard isn't working for you, again, you can click into more specific boxes, but you can also create a specific dashboard based on the information you're looking for. Below that is where you can choose the different metrics you'd like, and there's a lot of different options. So we can look at active users, we could do the user journey, we could see what events we've set up and are being accomplished, and then we have our lifetime value. So that's how much a user costs in kind of a marketing overview. Below that, we have our people, so we can drill down into our demographics, what technology they're using, and any other user properties. And then finally, we have our settings. So it's here that you're going to have some more specific settings, such as time zone or currency, so you can make sure that that is all up to date, as well as your user settings. So you're going to make sure that you're always receiving insights and reports from Facebook, or this is where you can turn it off. So as you can see, this data is super important to constructing really advanced and capable advertising campaigns. This information is going to help you inform your marketing strategy. This helps you create a marketing strategy and campaigns that really capture your audience's attention and imagination. The more curated and targeted your campaigns are, the better they're going to perform. And Facebook is building out more and more tools to help you collect this data and information. I recommend heading over to your analytics and specifically looking at your Facebook pixel metrics and see if there's maybe a category that you have not yet identified that could be really, really keen to receive your advertising.